Hi boys and girls, this is the last video in this series. This one is all about the seasons, and it's a pretty tricky complicated concept, so I'll do my best. Many people believe that the earth is closer to the sun in summer, and that's why it's hotter, and they think the earth is further away from the sun in the winter. Although this idea makes perfect sense, it's actually completely incorrect. So what does cause the seasons? The seasons are caused by the tilt of the Earth's axis away or towards the sun as it travels through its year-long orbit around the sun. So why do seasons occur? It's because the seasons happen because of the Earth's changing relationship with the sun. As the Earth orbits the sun, the amount of sunlight shining on different parts of the planet changes. This change is what causes the seasons. And the Earth is tilted, so it's not straight up and down, and because of our tilt, sometimes Australia is tilted away from the sun and sometimes it's tilted towards the sun. So why does this tilt even matter? The tilt has got two major effects: the angle of the sun to the Earth and the length of the days. For half of the year, the Earth is tilted, so the South Pole in the southern hemisphere where we live in Australia is pointed towards the sun. So this path here is the southern hemisphere, and you can see the South Pole here is tilted towards the sun. The sun is shining from this side. Okay. For the other half of the year, the North Pole is pointed at the sun. When the South Pole, where we live, the South Pole is here, is angled towards the sun, on the days at the southern part of the planet, south of the equator, get more sunlight and longer days. So here's Australia here on the southern hemisphere, and every day the Earth is spinning, and this part of the Earth is always getting the most direct sunlight, longer days. With longer days, the southern hemisphere heats up more and gets summer because it sees more sunlight. As the year progresses, the Earth revolves to where the South Pole is pointing away from the sun, and that's when winter is produced. We talked about the length of the day changing, but the angle of the sun also changes as well. In summer, the sunlight shines more directly on the Earth, giving more energy to the Earth's surface and heating it up. Here we can see Australia in our summer directly facing the sun. It's like the sun is giving it a smack in the face, straight onto it. So when the sun is shining directly to Australia, we get our hot, hot summer. So this is what it is like for us when we are on one half of the globe, one half of the sun. In our orbit around the sun, we get our summer. When we continue our orbit and we go to the other side of the sun, Australia now is down here pointed away from the sun. So the sun hits it at an angle, and the most of the sun's rays can sort of bounce off us. It's called indirect light, and it's nowhere near as strong as direct sunlight. So that's why when we're pointing away from the sun, we get winter time. It's indirect sunlight which can bounce off us. Okay, yes, so that's, I just said that and I'll repeat myself. During the winter, the sunlight hits the Earth at an angle. This gives less energy and it doesn't heat up the Earth as much. So for these reasons, I'm just going to rewind. So for these reasons, the way the sun hits the Earth, seasons south of the equator are opposite to north of the equator. When Australia is having its summertime, this half is pointed towards the Earth. The northern hemisphere up here is pointed away from the sun, so it has its winter. I think I'm getting my words muddled up. If it's pointed towards the sun, it's summer. If it gets pointed away from the sun, it is winter. When it's winter in Australia, it will be summer in Europe and in the United States. All right, boys and girls, that's the end of that video. I hope I didn't confuse you. It's a very tricky concept, and we will go over that more in class time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, oops. Bye. Say bye, Hazel.
Bye.
Oops. Oh, hang on. I've got to press pause.